You're listening to the Sasha Davis Podcast, a show about overcoming fear and manifesting your dream life. Each week, we'll dive deep into real stories and tangible advice about spirituality, law of attraction, mindset, and money so that you can be your happiest, healthiest, and most abundant self. You ready? Here we go. All right, let's talk all things vision boards. I know I'm a little late to the ball game, but this is something that I've wanted to do, so I'm going to do it because I know that there's people out there like myself who have yet to do their vision board. It's been on my list for damn near a month now, and now it's moved to my procrastination list, and you guys are going to hold me accountable because today it's going to happen. It is going to happen. I have time blocked out this afternoon. And what I want to do this morning is walk you through how I create my vision board. I know a lot of people struggle with this. I know because I've talked to the women in my group and some of my one-on-one clients, and the theme that I'm seeing, now this doesn't apply to everybody, but the theme that I'm seeing is I don't either have time to work on my vision board, such as myself, the excuses we tell ourselves, or it's not perfect. They feel like I don't have the perfect image for what I'm trying to do, or I don't know how to do it, or things along those lines. So it's either like the time or the perfectionism is getting in the way. I know I've let these get in the way of myself, not so much the perfectionism. I used to be a lot more perfect with my vision boards. Now I've gotten pretty lax with that. But there's some beautiful vision boards out there. There's actually one gal in our group who did a magnet vision board, and it's like the coolest thing. She went to Hobby Lobby and bought this magnet board and then a whole bunch of like the little magnets to stick her photos up on. And then she got, inspirational magnets, and it just looks really, really cool. And then, she has a clean slate every year, but she can reuse the magnets if she wants. And I really loved that idea. But today what I want to do is share with you a few tips and tricks on how to create your vision board. And if you're like me and you haven't done it yet, that's okay. You can also tweak your vision board. I like to think of mine as like a working document, because a lot of times when I start to manifest the things on my vision board, I'll add new things to it. And so that's just me in a nutshell. But what I want to do is kind of take you through real quickly on how I create a vision board, how you can create a vision board, and really just get rid of the idea of perfectionism. I do have a couple tips for you on that. If you have really big goals and you're not sure how to put them on your vision board, I do have a few things for you to do so that it makes it seem less overwhelming. It's kind of like give it to God or give it to the universe and let them take care of it for you. So let's dive on in. Let's get to it. I just want to share with you what works for me. Take what works, toss what doesn't. Okay. But the first thing, probably the most important thing, and I have neglected to do this up until today, is create a sacred space for you to work on your vision board. So what I have done just on my vision board personally, to kind of keep you guys in the loop, what I've done is I go to Pinterest. Actually, the first thing I do is I'll list all of my goals, hopes, dreams, things that I want to accomplish this year, 5 years from now, lifetime. I'll write them all down. And then what I'll go is I'll look on Pinterest or Google, and I'll find images that represent those goals. And then take a drink of coffee. And then what I'll do is I'll move those images over into a Word document, and I'll size them. So I'll make them bigger, I'll make them smaller, basically so they all fit on a page. And so what I've done up until this point is gather all the images, but I have not created the space to print them off and actually put them on my vision board. So I would say that this is probably the biggest reason why I haven't accomplished my vision board yet, is because I have not set aside that sacred space for myself to do so. I have been, well, you guys don't really care. But anyways, I've been busier than usual. We'll just say that. It's a good problem to have, but at the same time, it's like, God damn it. I just want to have the time to do a freaking vision board. So I'm creating the space for myself, okay? You can't really pull time out of thin air. You have to make the time. You have to make it a priority. Take it from your procrastination list and put it on your priority list. And I'm just basically calling myself out here because I need that, and you probably need that too. Someone does. So create your sacred space. You can diffuse oils, you can burn candles, you can burn incense, you can do sage or Palo Santo, whatever works for you. Another thing that I like you to do in your sacred space is listen to your favorite music. I tend to listen to Reiki healing tones. I like to listen to nature sounds, or I'll listen to like instrumental cover songs. That seems to work for me because I get very distracted by words. So I really like to listen to like the nature sounds and the healing sounds. That's probably my most favorite right now because it has, especially like, well, it's sunshiny today, but it's been really like poopy outside. And so when I hear like birds chirping and I imagine sunshine and springtime, it just makes me feel like warm and fuzzy inside. So I want to create those good feeling vibes. And how do we do that? We can listen to things that make us feel good. Next thing you want to do is pour your favorite drink. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not. Maybe I shared this, maybe I haven't, but I am pregnant with our third child, and no more wine for me. Actually, I've tried a couple NA wines, non-alcoholic or alcohol-free wines, and they're okay. I did like a champagne bubbly one, made myself a mimosa the other day, and that was pretty yummy. But otherwise, what I've been drinking is a little bit of kombucha and really digging some sparkling waters lately. So grab your favorite drink, pour your favorite drink. I'm not here to judge. If I weren't pregnant, I would probably have a glass of wine, or this time of year, I really like... One thing I used to drink was rum chata. I don't know if you guys remember rum chata, but man, I used to make like a mean rum chata martini. It was like straight up alcohol. It's like rum chata and a little bit of vanilla vodka and a little bit of caramel vodka. Oh, poured over ice. Damn, it was a good freaking drink. And then grab your favorite snack. If you're a snacker, grab your favorite snack. I don't care. Usually what I do is have a handful of Dove chocolates or something because I love chocolate, and you just really invoke that feeling of like high vibe. I'm feeling awesome. I'm feeling really good. I'm taking really good care of myself. I'm creating this space for myself. And try to do it when the kids are asleep or the kids are at daycare, or, if you got to go somewhere or sit in your car or do something. Actually, don't sit in your car if you're drinking. That's not a good thing. Go to a hotel, do whatever you need to do to create this sacred space for yourself. Send the kids to grandma's, or see if your spouse or partner or brother, sister, mother, who knows. Make somebody watch your children for a little bit while you do this. And I'm fortunate. Today, my kids are at daycare. It has been a challenging month, I'll say. They haven't gone to daycare nearly as much. And my kids are only like in a part-time, but man, I really cherish those 2 or 3 days a week where they aren't here destroying my house and screaming that they want snacks in my face. The silence is golden, except for I have a snoring dog in the other room, and for some reason snoring just drives me insane. So just to recap, create your sacred space, diffuse oils, burn candles, incense, get something that smells good. Think of like the 5 senses, like, what is it? See, smell, touch, feel, hear. You want to make sure all of those are feeling really, really good. Listening to your favorite music, pouring your favorite drink, cuddling up with your favorite blankie, grab your favorite snack, do all those things. Okay. Now I want to give you some examples on areas to focus on. So for me, I usually focus on things like my personal life, work, business, career, whatever resonates with you. I also put health and fitness stuff on there. I put my travel stuff on there. I put financial stuff on there. I put relationships on there. And then if there's anything else that floats your boat, put it on there. Okay, those are just typically what I have on mine. And for personal life, I like to do things like, reading books, or, making sure that I'm doing my self-care stuff is typically what falls under personal life, or just things that I want to accomplish in my personal life, like, skydiving, or, skydiving's a really big one for me. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. Run a half marathon, run a marathon. That could go under health and fitness as well. What else for personal life? You could do like classes for continuing education. Like I'm going to get my master Reiki certification this year. That's on my vision board. Let's see what else. Those are just some ideas. Work, business, career. You can try to put things on there like what you want to accomplish in your business, what you want to accomplish in your current career. Maybe you want to shift careers. Maybe there's a certain title that you're after. Maybe you want to go back to school for a different career. Put those things on there. Health and fitness. Now this can go like mental health too, physical health, spiritual health, things like that. Think of multiple health. Don't just like limit yourself to your physical body. Think of mind, body, spirit, health. And then fitness obviously is like, you want to be mentally fit, physically fit, spiritually fit, things along those lines. So for me, health, I want to make sure that I'm moving my body 30 minutes every day. I want to run a half marathon. I want to practice more mindfulness. I want to make sure that I'm eating healthier. I want to eliminate more processed foods from my diet, things like that. I would love to get back into CrossFit this fall after I have this baby. That's another thing I want to get back into like my physical peak. And I know that may not happen in 1 year. I'm well aware of that, but I like to put things on my vision board that also kind of inspire me for the years to come. Next is travel. I would say majority of my vision board consists of travel. Yeah, mostly travel. Like I just love traveling. I have some top spots that I want to go this year. And I know this is pretty controversial, so, to each their own. But I am still planning trips. I'm still doing things. I'm still out there living my life. Yes, I'm being cautious, but I choose to not live in fear. But I'm also not like endangering other people. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of doing like, for me, it seems the best of both worlds. I'm not like going out in groups and partying and saying like, oh, fuck it all. But at the same time, I'm not going to like lock myself inside my home and, be fearful that the apocalypse is coming. So I am just doing me, and I'm still going to travel, and I'm just going to, limit the people that I see or that I hang out with, which I kind of do anyways, because I've gotten really good at protecting my energy. But I will admit one thing I really miss is concerts. Like I miss concerts. Actually, I just like miss people in general. Like I tend to thrive in like big crowds. I'm kind of like that class clown when it comes to a big crowd. People can hear me laughing from the other side of the room. And I do miss that. I'll be honest. I do miss that. But I'm not going to go meet up with 200 people right now. Not that like I'm scared of anything. I just, no. So travel, we're going to be going to like Texas and Montana and South Dakota and Oregon. Basically all of the West Coast. We plan to go to like Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon. I think that's all of it. South Dakota. Did I say South Dakota? Montana, yes. And then I'm hoping to book, and then we're going to go to Florida. We're going to go to Disney this year. And what else? If I can, maybe I'll book a trip to Mexico or something too. Because like I feel like I need... This will be after baby, but I feel like I need a beach and some margaritas in my life. I have not found an NA margarita that is worth drinking because I'm not a big drinker, but I do like the taste of tequila. I'll just tell you guys, I'm that crazy person. Okay. So next thing I want you to ask yourself is, what do you want to manifest this year? What do you wish to manifest this year? And I want you to dream bigger. Okay. So a lot of times people will say very small goals that you could really do in like a week or a month. And I want you to think a little bit bigger than that. Okay. So what would you do in like the 1 to 5 year? What would you do in the 5 to 10 year? Ask yourself, if time or money wasn't an issue, what would you love to do? What would you love to be? What would you love to have? And start visualizing what that would look like. Pick images that would relate to those things. So just ask yourself, like, could I make this bigger? And even if you don't achieve it all, who cares? That stuff can carry over to the next year. Like, quit putting time constraints on everything. But then there's another end of the spectrum for those of you who dream too big. Okay, so you're one of two people. You either don't dream big enough, or you dream too big and you need to scale it back. So I typically attract people who need to dream bigger, where they like put themselves in this box. Okay. And so I want you to say to yourself, like, bust out of this box. Like, what would I do if time or money wasn't an issue? Okay. And then if you're like me, where you dream too big and your head's in the clouds a lot of the time, I need you guys to write SMART goals. And I don't know if you know what SMART goals are or not, but if you're from the corporate world, chances are you know exactly what SMART goals are. And so I'm going to put a little, Sasha swing on SMART goals. Oh, well, actually, you guys listen to my other episode. If you don't know what SMART goals are, go back an episode because I talk all about SMART goals. So put your Sasha swing on your SMART goals and get super specific on how you can make those happen. Because sometimes I find if we're too vague, we don't push hard enough. We don't try hard enough, or we don't really focus enough for it to actually manifest, because we're just like, la, 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 la. I want to make more money. I'm going to make $1 million. And well, let's see. What is one person that I talk to? They're like, I'm going to make $1 billion by the end of the year. And I'm like, okay, that's great. That's fully possible. You just might have to work really hard or play the lottery and get really, really lucky. So get super in alignment with the universe and it will probably happen. But if there's an ounce of doubt in your body, it will not happen. So this is where law of attraction and manifestation is huge, because you want to make sure that you're picking goals, manifestations, dreams, hopes, whatever, that make you feel good. So when you look at this goal, how does it make you feel? And if it makes you feel crappy, if it makes you feel less than, if it doesn't make you feel worthy, if it feels impossible, chances are it's not going to happen, because those feelings are wah wah. They're on the what am I trying to say? Like if you have like two ends of a stick, right? They're on the opposite end. If you're feeling bad about it, you're pushing it farther away. So you want to feel good about your goals. You want to feel inspired about your goals. You want to feel motivated about your goals. And if you don't feel that way, course correct, modify them until they feel good. Okay. Next thing I want you to do is write all of these goals out on a piece of paper. Write them all down. Make a list. I know you guys are lovers of lists. Everybody that I've talked to is a list maker. They want to write everything down just so that they can cross it off. So this one should make you happy. Write down all of your goals. Make sure they make you feel good. And then as you're going through this list, I want you to find images that represent your intentions and your goals. So for me, I used to do, because I've been doing vision boards for, this is going to age me, but what fucking year was it? 2006, something like that. So what is that? Like 15 years, you guys. Holy smokes. Anyways, so I've been doing vision boards for a hot minute. And I'm telling you, they work. They work. And maybe the reason that I have so much resistance to it this year is because I have some really big shit on there, you guys. And sometimes it's scary. It's like, oh God, is this really going to happen? And so if you just pretend that it's not there, but you know what we resist persists and grows bigger. So there's no avoiding it. It's like the big elephant in the room that you're just like, trying to avoid. You're like, oh yeah, that big pink elephant. What elephant? I don't see an elephant. That's how I feel right now, guys. But anyways, back in the day, what I used to do is magazines. And I still love doing this, but there's just not as many magazines as there used to be. Or maybe I just don't have as many subscriptions to magazines. I don't know. But magazines used to be fun. I used to throw a dozen or so magazines out on the floor and just go to town cutting them out. I suppose I don't do it anymore, though, because I have toddlers and magazines and glue and scissors. Yeah, I think that would be a fucking disaster. Or it would be really fun. I don't know. We're not going to find out this year. That's for sure. So anyways, if you have magazines, do magazines. They are tons of fun, I promise. But if you don't have magazines, Pinterest, Google, those are my go-to. Pinterest is probably my number one. Google would be my next. I like Pinterest because a lot of times they have the sayings and the phrases and the words. And then if there's like a word or affirmation that I want to put on my vision board that's not on Google or not on Pinterest, I just go to a Word document or a Google document and I make my own. I just write it out, put whatever font makes me feel good, color it if I want to, whatever, and print that off. So you can always do it however you want. And then I'll go down here. I have a few additional things that I want to like recommend for you guys. But then the next thing is, obviously like putting them on your vision board. And you can do different types of vision boards. I mean, you can have a little 8x10. You can have one on your phone. You can do one in your planner. You can do like a big poster board one. You can put one on your fridge. You can do it however you want. You can do the magnet one. But the biggest thing is you want to make sure that you're looking at it daily. Okay. So for me, what I'm doing is I'm just putting mine on an 8x10, or I guess it's 8x11 printer paper basically. And I'm putting it in my planner. I'm going to use it as my bookmark in my planner so that every day, every morning, I'm looking at it. The other thing that I'm going to do is take a photo of it. And then so that I have it on my phone. So if I go anywhere, and I obviously don't carry my planner with me everywhere I go, but I will have my phone with me. And if I ever need to like look at it to inspire me or motivate me or anything like that, I will have it with me. I know a lot of people put it in their bathroom and a lot of people put it in their closet. I've also heard a lot of people put it in their office, like right above their desk. That's what I used to do. But you have to do what feels good for you, because some people don't want their vision boards like out in the open for everybody to see, which used to be me, because I used to have like people clean my house and stuff like that. And I was always worried that the cleaning ladies would be like, who is this woman? Man, she's batshit crazy. Like, she's got all these images up. And one year I was like super balls deep into fitness and like CrossFit and all that stuff. And I was in really good shape. But my vision board was like full of really fit athletic women. And they were all in booty shorts and bras and, like sports bras, booty shorts, swimsuits. And they're all just like jacked. And so I probably looked like a super creep with all these like half naked women on my vision board, but it was inspiring. And it wasn't like I was trying to be a creep. I just wanted to have a really physically fit body. And so that inspired me to be that, but they probably thought I was fucking weird. So, I got over it though. I'm like, whatever, maybe I'll inspire them to do a vision board. So I just left it out. But now I want to do one that's in my planner so that like if I go places, because I do plan to travel a lot more this year, and I take my planner with me when I travel. So I'm going to put one in my planner and see how that goes. I haven't done something like this before. I've had a small vision board before, like an 8x11 that I did at a yoga class once. Well, actually, it was like a workshop / yoga thing. Hang on. I'm drinking more coffee. And we did these little 8x11 ones. And that one was pretty cool. I ended up just like taping it to my big poster board one. But I have done smaller ones like that before. Okay, so just a few notes here. If you guys stress over vision boards, totally like let go of the stress. And I want you to do an intention jar, or just write your intentions down and burn them. But the intention jar I found works really, really good for some of these super big dreams or anybody who has really struggled with creating a vision board. And so this can just be like a simple mason jar, or you can get like a big fancy jar or like a cookie jar. I don't care. Whatever jar makes you feel happy. And what you want to do is get Post-it notes or little pieces of fancy paper, something again that makes you feel good, a good pen, and write down your hopes, your dreams, your intentions, and put them in the jar. So it's like, okay, universe, this is my wish. I'm putting it in the jar. And as soon as I drop it in the jar, I know that it's going to happen. And you're like releasing the expectations on that intention. And a lot of times that in itself, that surrendering over to the universe, that letting go is enough to make it happen. Really. I've done it before. And it works. It works, because it's like out of sight, out of mind, and you've set the intention, and it's like planting a seed and watching it grow. It's almost springtime. A lot of us are going to be doing gardens or, things like that, or just seeing flowers bloom, right? You plant the seed. You don't go dig it up every single day. You're not like poking it and prodding it like, why aren't you happening? You just are like, plant the seed, water it every day. Think of your vision board as like watering it. You're out there, you're loving it, you're watering it, but you're not poking and prodding it, okay? So think of it as planting the seed and just being like, boop, The earth is going to do its magic. It's going to make it happen. Another thing that you can do for your vision board is create a theme or a mood for your board. So I've heard of people drawing their vision boards. Like if you're really artistic, you can draw or paint your vision board. I've also seen people where they'll pick like a color theme, or they'll do like a straight black and white, something along those lines. If you're, super creative or artistic like that, absolutely, man, like have fun with it. Create a theme, create a mood for your vision board. Okay. And I know this next one I said before, but I'm going to say it again. Your intentions or your goals, they must absolutely have to inspire positive thoughts or actions within you. Okay. If at any point you feel bad or negative or like this is impossible, I want you to shift that mindset. Shift it or make your goal, course correct your goal so that it makes you feel good. Because if you have any sort of like poopy feelings towards your goals, that's not going to manifest. You're going to manifest the opposite. You're going to manifest the poopy feeling versus the positive feeling. Okay. Another thing that you can do, this is something that I've done. It's more of like a collage style. Some people like this, some people don't. I was sharing one of my vision boards with the group, and this is something that I've done, and they're like, wow, that looks really cluttered. But I think it looks, I don't know. I love like the whole collage look where you're like layering images and adding words over images, or like putting your own little fun images on it. So I kind of like that. That's kind of like my creative style. It's like creative chaos. It's kind of how I operate. But I love like that layered look, like photos on top of photos or words on top of photos. I think that looks really cool, really like vintagey, really, I don't know. It's kind of, it's like inspired chaos. I love it. It feels fun to me. It feels non-restrictive. It feels free-spirited. It feels like I'm breaking the rules a little bit. And so I just love that stuff, because traditionally people would, cut out square images and place them side by side by side by side. So it's all like flat and perfect. And that was how I was taught to do vision boards. And so the next year I did a vision board. I was like, fuck this. I'm like putting this here and putting this here. And so it was like the little rebel in me was like layering images and adding words over images. And it just made me feel like a free spirit. So that was me. And if that doesn't work for you, don't do it. Do the theme board or the mood board, or make yours side by side by side by side. If you like something clean and organized, do not layer your images. It will create chaos on your vision board. The next thing that you can do, you guys, you can always modify, you can always add things or take things off of your vision board throughout the year. Think of this as a working document. It does not need to be permanent. It does not have to be all or nothing. Get out of that mindset, you guys. You can always modify your vision board. Shit, things change all the time. The only thing constant in life is change. And so just allow yourself to be okay if you have to course correct or modify or add something through your vision board throughout the year. It's no big deal. It's really not. Let go of all those expectations that it has to be perfect, because let's be honest, nothing in life is perfect. Okay. And then I know I said this last one, take a photo of your vision board, keep it on your phone. I think that it's just cool to have, a mobile copy to bring with you. I know somebody in our group shared, I think it's an app, like one of the law of attraction apps or vision board apps, but you can actually create a mobile version of your vision board, or just create a mobile vision board. And I like the paper feel, so that works for me. But if a digital copy works for you, by all means do that. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Again, it's tuning into yourself, asking your inner guide, your intuition, your soul, what works for me. And if that's a digital vision board, then so be it. Don't let mine or anybody else's sway you one way or another. Okay, I'm giving you full permission to do it however the fuck makes you feel good. Okay, so I've seen people use printer paper, which is myself. I've seen people use poster board. I've also done this. I've seen people use corkboard. I've also done that. I've seen people use a whiteboard. I've also done that. Or the digital version. I've seen people paint them. I've seen people draw them. This year was the first year I've seen somebody do a magnet board, and that's really cool. So, if a magnet board inspires you, if that feels good, do a magnet board, okay? And just know that like if your vision board isn't done, or if it isn't perfected, there's no timeline on a vision board, okay? I know that there's like some magic to the new year, but I also feel like if we say that like, oh, if I don't get my vision board done by January 1st, then I'm a failure. No, you're not. You can do a vision board whenever you want. Just like you can start moving your body whenever you want. You can change your mind whenever you want. Like give yourself full permission. You could make a new vision board every single month if you wanted to. There are no rules when it comes to vision board. It doesn't have to be a year-to-year thing. And this is what I was trying to tell the women in the group too, is my vision boards sometimes are like a 1 to 5 year vision board. I'll just modify them every year, or that's why I like them as a working document, you guys. It doesn't have to be a year to year to year thing, even though there is some significance to the new year, you know. I don't know. I just don't really hop on that bandwagon of like new year, new you, but I know that that helps with a lot of people. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying give yourself full permission to do a vision board whenever the heck you feel like it. Like you can do it now, you can do it next month, you can do them every June, you can do them quarterly, you can do them monthly, you can do them every other year. It's whatever feels good to you, okay? So just know you are in control of this. You are the creator of your reality. You get to choose when you do your vision board, how you do your vision board, okay? Don't let anybody tell you different. And if they do, flip them the bird. Tell them to mind their own business. So that's me. That's my vision boards. That's my take on vision boards. It's always progress, not perfect. Make sure that it feels good to you. Make sure it inspires you. Make sure it motivates you. And make sure that it's your goals. Like you want to make sure that you're doing this for you, not for somebody else. So make sure that all of your goals are in alignment. You know, think bigger. Like what do you want to accomplish this year? What do you want to accomplish in 5 years, in 10 years, in your lifetime? Put those things on there, okay? Be as specific as you possibly can. You know, I mean, if there's something out there that you want to do and you know exactly what it is, go grab that image. Or if you're not quite sure what that looks like yet, grab an image that makes you think about it, and then you can always fine tune it as you go along. Remember, this is a working document. This is your vision board. You get to do whatever you want with it. Okay. Have fun with it. The number one thing, have fun with it. Okay. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you could tag me, screenshot, share on social media, Sasha.Davis, share with a friend. Let me know what you loved most. And if if you feel called, I would love for you to leave a review too. I love reading your guys' written reviews. They are amazing. And it also helps more people like you discover this podcast. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a kick-ass day, and we'll catch you next time. Have you ever wanted to escape the chaos of your everyday life? Drop all of the labels and just be yourself? If so, I have the perfect opportunity for you to do just that. This spring, we will be hosting another 4-day mind, body, spirit, all-inclusive retreat in the Black Hills, South Dakota. Limited spots are available, so head on over to sashadavis.com to secure your spot today. We hope to see you in the Black Hills.